For Franciscan Beat, I'm Leah Moreau. Blessing of animals to take place at Franciscan University. Strange reason for evacuation at Baltimore Catholic School. Hurricanes lead to loss of jobs, and NRA responds to Las Vegas shooting. All this and more on today's Franciscan Beat. All are invited to bring their pets and small livestock to Franciscan University of Steubenville's annual Blessing of Animals, Saturday, October 7th at 2:45 p.m. outside the Porciuncula Chapel. Father Sean Roberson, TOR, Franciscan University chaplain, will administer the blessing over dogs, cats, birds, and other animals on leashes or in carriers. Declared the patron saint of animals and ecology by Pope John Paul II in 1979, St. Francis is widely known for celebrating God's handiwork in nature and all living things. West Virginia's highest court has blocked a judge's order requiring a mining company provide replacement drinking water to residents who said its wastewater impoundment contaminated their wells. Supreme Court Chief Justice Alan Lowry writes that the judge lacked the authority to make such an order in 2016 under the Federal Surface Mining Control and Reclamation Act. An unusual smell prompted an evacuation and a hazardous materials response at a Baltimore high school. But after 5 people were taken to the hospital complaining of upset stomachs, fire officials discovered the source of the smell: a pumpkin spice air freshener. Cristo Rey Jesuit High School was evacuated Thursday afternoon after students and teachers detected a strong smell on the 3rd floor. Several people reported difficulty breathing. The fire department and a hazardous materials team were called. Fire spokesman Ramon Clark said 2 students and 3 adults were taken to the hospital for stomach ailments. Then, firefighters located a pumpkin spice air aerosol plugged into an outlet in a classroom. Classes at the school resumed Friday. Robert L. McKay, who designed the first Taco Bell restaurant, and with founder Glenn Bell, turned it from a quirky food stand into a fast food empire, has died. He was 86. His son, Rob McKay, says McKay died last week from cancer. Bell opened his first Taco Bell in Downey, California in 1962, selling hard-shell tacos and other Mexican-inspired fast food. McKay was an architect and designed the Spanish-style arched and tiled building that became the chain's signature look. McKay eventually became president of Taco Bell, which had some 900 restaurants when it was sold to PepsiCo in 1978. He went on to finance other businesses that invested in technology, consumer products, real estate, and banking. It was pure coincidence that the crew members on Engine 11 were the first on-duty emergency personnel to arrive at the site of the Las Vegas mass shooting Sunday night. Fire engineer Brian Emery said the surge of people forced him to stop the fire truck just a few blocks from the outdoor venue on which Stephen Paddock had unleashed gunfire. Over the next hours, the crew treated gunshot victims struck by high-caliber fire. Former Soviet Union leader Mikhail Gorbachev has hailed the awarding of the Nobel Peace Prize to a group campaigning against nuclear weapons. Gorbachev, who has himself campaigned against nuclear weapons since leaving office in 1991, said he was, quote, very worried that military doctrines again allow the use of nuclear weapons. The U.S. lost 33,000 jobs in September because of Hurricanes Harvey and Irma, which closed thousands of businesses in Texas and Florida and forced widespread evacuations. It was the first decline in nearly 7 years. The unemployment rate fell up to 4.2% from 4.4%, the lowest level since February 2001. Traditional allies in support of gun rights are of one mind in calling for regulation of bump stock devices that apparently aided the gunman behind the Las Vegas attack. Usually, the National Rifle Association opposes firearms restrictions. President Donald Trump has pledged to support gun rights, yet after the deadly rampage at a country music festival in Las Vegas, the NRA and the Trump administration are endorsing additional regulations for the devices. In sports, Indians and Astros dominate, and Bengals receiver is charged with possession of marijuana. 1 year after nearly costing the Indians a trip to the World Series, Trevor Bauer helped them take the first step back. Named a surprise starter for the ALDS opener against New York, Bauer chopped the Yankees' big bats down to size, and Jay Bruce drove in 3 runs as Cleveland beat New York 4-0. Jose Altuve hit 3 home runs in an unprecedented show of power for the 5'6" Major League batting champion as the Houston Astros roughed up Chris Sale and the Boston Red Sox 8-2 in Game 1 of the American League Division Series. It was just the 10th time a player hit 3 homers in a postseason game. Cincinnati Bengals receiver Tyler Boyd has been charged with owning a vape pen containing the active ingredient in marijuana that police say was found when his friend crashed the NFL player's car near Pittsburgh in July. Boyd wasn't in the car at the time. The weather today is cloudy with a high of 75 and high humidity. Don't worry though, because the sun will come out tomorrow for a high of 85 degrees. Sunday will be a little cooler with temperatures in the mid-70s. Enjoy this homecoming weekend. For Franciscan Beat, I'm Leah Moreau.